everyone, welcome to another deep dive with us.
It's great to be here.
We're tackling the GRE today.
Oh yes, that big test.
Yeah, and we've got a whole stack of articles here all about how to prepare for it, how to understand it.
It can feel really overwhelming.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a big test, there's a lot writing on it, and it's,
It's a lot of pressure.
it is a lot of pressure, so that's why we're here.
To break it down.
Yeah, break it down, make it simple, extract all the best tips and strategies from these articles.
So you can walk in feeling really confident.
Exactly. Confident and prepared.
Exactly.
Okay, so one of these articles quotes an admissions expert, a Dr. Philip Gruel,
Right.
and he says that the GRE isn't just about what you know it.
Right.
It's really about how you think.
It's about how you think critically, how you solve problems.
Yeah, so it's not like you can just cram a bunch of information.
Right. It's not a memorization test.
Right, and expect to do well.
It really tests your analytical skills, your reasoning skills.
So like in the analytical writing section, for instance.
Yeah, they give you an argument.
That's flawed.
And you have to dissect it. You have to find the assumptions,
Hmm,
poke holes in the logic,
I see.
offer alternative explanations.
So it's really testing, like, are you ready for grad school?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Can you think critically? Can you analyze information?
got it.
Because that's what you're going to be doing in grad school.
Yeah, so it's not about, like, just getting a perfect score.
Great. A good score on the GRE is relative.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It depends on the programs you're applying to and how you compare to other applicants.
I see. So even if you don't get a perfect score, if you get a score that's, above the average for the programs you're applying to,
You're in good shape.
you're good.
And one of these articles mentions the score select option.
Oh, yeah? What is that?
That's a great feature because it lets you choose which scores you send to schools.
Oh, so if you take the GRE a couple of times,
Yeah, you can pick and choose your best scores from each section.
that's awesome. So you don't have to stress as much if you have one bad testing day.
Exactly. It gives you a lot more flexibility.
That's great. Okay, so you're listening to this. You're thinking about grad school.
Mm-hmm.
Why should you even care about the GRE?
Well, first of all, many grad programs require it, especially in the U.S. and Canada.
Okay,
And it's also accepted in many other countries around the world.
got it.
So it's a pretty important test if you're thinking about grad school.
Okay, so it's not just like a U.S. thing.
No, not at all. It's a global thing.
Got it. Okay, now I know a lot of our listeners are probably freaking out a little bit.
About the test.
Yeah, about the test and about their scores.
Yeah.
But one thing that's really important to remember is that the GRE is something that you can really train for.
It is. With consistent effort and the right strategies, you can improve your score significantly.
That's good to hear. Okay, so
Okay.
now I have to ask about the GMAT.
Oh, yeah. The
It's
GMAT.
a test for business school, right?
It is specifically designed for business school.
But is there ever a reason why someone would choose the GRE instead of the GMAT?
That's a good question. So if you're 100% certain you want to go to business school,
Okay.
the GMAT might be a better fit for you because it focuses on those core business concepts.
Okay.
But if you're exploring different grad programs
Yeah.
where you're not sure yet if you want to do business school,
Okay.
the GRE might be a more versatile option.
So it's like more widely accepted.
Exactly.
Got it. So the GMAT is like the express lane for business school,
Yeah. Think of it that way,
but the GRE is like the scenic route.
with more options along the way.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And, a lot of these articles talk about
Yeah.
some really important prep tips.
Yeah.
One of the biggest ones is to understand the exam format.
Makes sense. You don't want any surprises on test day.
No surprises.
Yeah.
You want to be familiar with the types of questions, the structure of the test.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing that I remember reading is that the quant section
Oh, yeah.
is adaptive.
It is adaptive.
What does that mean?
So that means that the difficulty of the questions adjusts based on how you're doing. So if you're answering the first few questions correctly, the questions are going to get harder.
Oh, so it's like the test is challenging you.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
It's trying to figure out your true skill level.
I see.
So you really need to be prepared for that.
Yeah. Okay, so one article recommends creating a structured study plan.
Yes,
At least a couple of months of prep time.
at least a couple of months.
Right.
Yeah, don't cram.
Don't cram.
Give yourself enough time and focus on both your strengths and your weaknesses.
Okay, so don't just ignore the things you're not good at.
Exactly. You want to work on everything.
Got it. And then there's a lot of talk about using the official GRE materials.
Oh, yes, the official guide from ETS.
From ETS.
That's the gold standard
Okay.
because those materials reflect the actual test format and difficulty.
So stick with the real deal.
Stick with the real deal. Don't waste your time on random prep materials.
Okay. And practice tests.
Practice tests are essential.
Essential.
They help you build confidence, and they help you get familiar with the timing of the test.
Because you don't want to be, like, rushing at the end.
No, you want to feel calm and collected.
Yeah. Okay. All of this is making me feel a lot more prepared,
Good.
but I'm still a little bit scared of the
The
vocabulary.
vocabulary, yeah. Yeah, it can be a bit intimidating,
It can be. Yeah.
but there are some great tips in these articles,
Okay.
like using those high-frequency word lists from Magoosh, Barron's.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen those.
They're a really good starting point.
Okay.
But, just staring at flashcards
Right.
can get a bit boring.
Yeah. Not super fun.
Not the most exciting thing.
Right.
So try to make it a little bit more engaging.
Okay. How do you do that?
Like you could use those words in sentences,
Oh, that's a good idea.
create stories, or even come up with ridiculous rhymes.
Oh, fun.
The key is to actively engage with the words.
Yeah.
And honestly, one of the best ways to boost your vocab
Yeah.
is just to read.
Read more.
Read more novels, articles, even academic journals.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Anything you can get your hands on.
So it's all about, like, immersing yourself in language.
Exactly. And remember, the verbal reasoning section isn't just about vocab.
Right.
It's also about analyzing those reading comprehension passages.
Oh, yeah, those passages.
They can be tricky,
They can be.
but there are ways to approach them strategically.
Okay, give me the tips.
So engage with the text like you're having a conversation with it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Highlight key points.
Okay.
Jot down notes.
Got it.
Summarize each paragraph in your own words.
Oh, so really actively thinking about what you're reading?
Exactly. Don't just passively absorb the words.
Right. Okay.
And when you get to the questions,
Yeah.
always refer back to the passage for evidence.
No, that's a good tip.
Don't rely on your memory
Okay.
or make assumptions.
Right.
Make sure your answer is rooted in the text.
Okay, so it's all about being an active reader.
Precisely.
Okay, I like that.
Not just a word absorber.
Okay, now let's move on to the quant section.
The math section.
The math section, some people love it, some people dread it.
It's a mixed bag.
It is.
But the good news is
Yeah.
that the GRE quant section focuses on the fundamentals.
Okay.
So arithmetic, algebra, geometry, and data analysis.
So no, like, super advanced calculus?
No, you don't need to worry about that.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
really about applying those core concepts
Okay.
to solve problems.
And one of these articles has a really great tip.
Oh, yeah.
It says to focus on understanding the why behind the formulas, not just memorizing them.
Exactly. Because in the real world,
Right.
you're not just going to be plugging numbers into formulas.
You need to know how to apply them.
You need to understand the concepts behind them.
Okay.
And that's what the GRE is testing.
I see. So really understand the concept.
Exactly.
And just memorize.
And pay close attention to the wording of those word problems.
Oh, gosh, yes. The word problems.
They can be tricky.
They can be.
Sometimes a simple misinterpretation
Oh, yeah.
can lead you down the wrong path.
Ugh. I hate when that happens.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Okay, now you mentioned earlier that the quant section is adaptive.
Yes, it is.
Can you explain how that works in a little bit more detail?
Sure. So imagine this.
Okay.
You ace the first quant section.
Oh, okay. I'm acing it.
The second section is going to step up the difficulty.
Oh.
It's going to challenge you
Okay.
with tougher questions to really assess your full potential.
So it's like it's constantly adjusting
It is.
to how well I'm doing.
Exactly. It's like the test is having a conversation with your brain,
Okay.
trying to figure out exactly where your math skills lie.
I see. Okay, that makes sense.
So it gives you a really personalized assessment.
Okay, cool. So we've covered the three main sections,
Mm-hmm.
unpacked some seriously valuable prep strategies.
We have.
We've even tackled the vocabulary beast.
The vocabulary beast is no more.
But there's one more thing we need to slay.
What's that?
Test anxiety.
Oh, yes. The dreaded test anxiety.
It's real.
It is very real.
It can really get in the way.
It can, your heart starts pounding, your mind goes blank.
Not helpful.
Not helpful at all.
Not when you're trying to think critically.
Right. So one of these articles suggests practicing mindfulness techniques,
Oh, okay. Like what?
deep breathing meditation,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
visualizing success.
Oh, I like that.
Picture yourself walking into that testing center,
Yeah.
feeling calm and confident.
Like giving yourself a pep talk.
Exactly.
I like it.
And remember, you're not alone in this.
Right.
Everyone taking a GRE
Yeah.
is probably feeling some level of stress.
It's a shared experience.
It is. And knowing that can actually be comforting.
Yeah. For sure.
You're all in this together.
Okay. So we're all united by our shared anxiety over the GRE.
Exactly.
I like that. Okay. Let's talk about something a little bit more exciting.
What's that?
Those AI-powered GRE prep tools.
Oh, yes. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, they sound pretty amazing.
They're revolutionizing the way we approach test prep.
Okay, in what way?
So they make it more personalized, more efficient, and even enjoyable.
Enjoyable.
I know it sounds crazy, right?
GRE enjoyable.
But these AI tools are really sophisticated.
Okay.
They analyze your strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
They tailor practice questions to your specific needs.
Oh, wow.
And they even provide personalized feedback and explanations.
So it's like having a personal tutor.
It's like having a tutor in your pocket,
I like that.
available 24/7.
24/7, that's amazing.
And some platforms even incorporate game-like elements
Oh, fun.
to make studying more interactive and engaging.
Oh, that's cool.
So think progress bars, point systems,
Oh, yeah.
maybe even virtual high fives.
Okay, so it's like a video game.
It's like a brain-boosting video game.
I can get into that.
Now, there's another trend emerging that we should talk about.
Okay, what's that?
The rise of test optional programs.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
So more and more universities are choosing to make the GRE optional.
So you don't even have to take it?
For some programs, yes.
Okay, what do you think about that?
It's a complex issue. There are valid arguments on both sides.
Okay.
Some people argue that standardized tests can create barriers for students from underrepresented backgrounds
Oh, I see.
who might not have access to the same test prep resources.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Others believe that these tests provide a level playing field,
Oh, okay.
allowing universities to compare applicants from diverse backgrounds.
Using a consistent metric.
Exactly.
Okay, so there's no easy answer.
There's no easy answer.
It's something to be aware of
Absolutely.
as you're applying to grad school.
Do your research understand the requirements for each program?
Because some schools might still require it.
Some might strongly recommend it.
Okay.
Some might not consider it at all.
Okay.
So it really varies.
Okay, so be informed.
Be informed. Tailor your prep strategy accordingly.
Okay, good advice. Now, before we wrap up this part,
Yeah.
I want to circle back to something we talked about earlier.
Okay, what's that?
The importance of finding personalized support.
Oh, yes, that's so important. Whether it's a test prep company, a tutor, a study group,
Okay.
or even just a supportive friend or family member,
Right.
having that support system can make all the difference.
Yeah, and remember those LetzStudy student stories?
Oh, yes. Those were inspiring.
They were.
Those students achieved some impressive scores,
They did.
and they had a lot of support along the way.
Yeah, they did.
They weren't going through it alone.
Right. And neither are you.
Exactly.
If you're listening to this,
You're not alone.
you're not alone.
You can find that sense of community online or in your local area.
Oh, that's good to know.
Connect with other GRE test takers. Share your struggles. Celebrate your wins.
Support each other.
Support each other.
Okay, so community is key.
Community is key.
All right, now as we head into the final part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
I want you to ponder this thought.
Okay.
As you embark on your GRE prep journey,
Mm-hmm.
remember that it's not just about the destination,
Wait.
it's also about the journey itself.
It's about the process.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
It's about the skills you develop along the way, the growth you experience.
So it's not just about getting that score.
It's not just about the number.
Okay,
It's about becoming a better thinker, a better problem solver.
I like that.
And those skills are going to help you in grad school and beyond.
So it's like we're not just prepping for a test.
Right.
We're like leveling up our brains.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired now before we wrap up.
Yeah,
I know you have some awesome resources to share.
I do.
What about those GRE prep books the articles mention?
Oh, yeah, there are three that really stand out.
Okay.
The GRE Playbook by Dr. Ethan Sawyer,
Okay.
Decoding the GRE by Dr. Manhattan,
Okay.
and Mastering the GRE by Mike McGarry.
Those sound pretty good.
That are excellent resources.
I'll definitely check those out.
They're packed with strategies and practice questions.
So like your trusty guides.
Exactly, your GRE gurus.
Okay, and what about online resources?
Oh, there are tons.
There are. Yeah, it can be overwhelming.
It can be, but a good place to start is the official ETS website.
Okay.
They have free practice tests, sample questions,
Oh, that's good.
even information about test accommodations,
Okay, so straight from the source.
straight from the source.
And what if you're more of a visual learner?
If you prefer something more interactive,
Yeah.
there are lots of online GRE prep courses and tutoring services,
Oh, cool.
and many of them use those AI-powered features we talked about
Oh, wow. So you can get that personalized guidance.
from the comfort of your own home.
Okay, so technology is really changing the game.
It is. It's making prep more accessible and effective.
I love it. Okay. But beyond the books, the websites, the fancy AI tutors, there's one more crucial ingredient for success.
What's that?
Mindset.
Yes, the mental game.
The mental game.
The GRE can be a pressure cooker.
Yeah, it can.
One of these articles even quotes a test prep expert from Kaplan
Okay.
Sarah Richards.
Okay.
She emphasizes the importance of strategy and mental preparedness. She says, knowing the pattern of questions, managing time effectively, and preparing with actual test conditions can dramatically improve result.
So it's not just about knowing the material.
Right.
It's about knowing how to approach the test strategically.
Exactly, and confidently.
Confidently.
You've put in the work, you've studied hard, you've got this.
Okay.
Don't let those pre-test jitters get in your way.
Easier said than done.
I know, but you can do it.
Any practical tips?
Practice self-compassion.
Self-compassion.
It's okay to make mistakes.
Okay.
Don't beat yourself up over a missed question.
Right.
View it as a learning opportunity.
Okay.
Focus on the process,
Mm.
not just the outcome.
The process.
Celebrate your progress no matter how small.
Right, so like little wins along the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not just prepping for a test.
Right.
You're developing valuable skills.
That will help us in life.
Exactly.
Okay, I love that.
And just like with any big challenge,
Yeah.
taking care of yourself is crucial.
So important.
Get enough sleep,
Yeah.
eat nutritious foods, take breaks.
Yeah, don't burn yourself out.
Avoid burnout.
Okay, so self-care is key.
Self-care is essential.
Okay. Future grad school superstars.
Yes,
We've reached the end of our GRE deep dive.
it's been a journey.
It has been a journey. Any final words of wisdom?
Remember, the GRE is just one piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
Your GPA letters of recommendation, personal statement,
Right.
those all matter too.
Okay.
So don't put all your eggs in the GRE basket.
Don't freak out about it.
Don't freak out. Focus on building a well-rounded application.
Got it.
And finally, remember this.
Okay.
The GRE doesn't define you.
It's just a test.
It's just a test, a snapshot of your abilities at a particular moment in time.
Yeah.
So go into it with confidence, do your best,
Okay.
and no matter what the outcome,
Yeah.
remember that you are capable of amazing things.
Beautifully said. We believe in you, dear listener.
We do.
Now go out there and rock that GRE.
Best of luck.
That's a wrap on our GRE deep dive.
Yeah, that's it.
We hope you found this journey insightful, inspiring, and maybe even a little bit fun.
We hope so.
Thanks for tuning in,
Thanks for listening.
and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.